Hiya, my name's Johnny and welcome to my TR6 restoration channel. In the last episode you see me prepare, paint the engine bay of course, and then added a few little bits and pieces just because I wanted to please myself. So I'm back here today, it's Monday, and what I started doing, and I meant to video this because I couldn't find anywhere to show me how to do it, so I would have liked to show you guys how it's done, was to take off the windscreen frame. But unfortunately I forgot to film it. So meanwhile, let me show you where the nuts are that undoes the windscreen frame. It's pretty easy really. First of all, there are 3 nuts here it's easier if you've got the screen out to get to them. I think you can get to it with the screen in, but I've taken the screen out because I want to change the rubber anyway. So those 3 there. Inside the car, let's see if I can show you this without blinding you all. Up in there is a bolt which, so without blurring it, yeah, so up in there is a bolt which relates to this part of the windscreen. So that bolt comes down there. You've got one either side. Now when I undid those, I find the screen just wasn't, the frame wasn't coming up. And then I saw a little bolt here which didn't seem to be doing anything particular. So I decided to undo that, and that seemed to have done the trick. So there was one of those on either side, and then it was a little bit of pulling and pushing because there's a hell of a lot of that black sealing stuff that was along here. So it was kind of glued in place, but once I'd broken the seal, it was off free. Fortunately, I'm lucky because I've heard that these frames do rot, and in particular in these areas around here. And I've got no rot on there at all. It's in really good condition. So this will just come back home with me now, and I'll rub it all down and refurbish it and do it back to satin black. I know some people paint in the colour of the car, but I don't like that look. I like the idea, particularly because the car is yellow and the black accent on it just gives it a more sportier look. I've also put on the Servo today, only because I had it sitting at home all looking nice and cleanly polished, so I thought I might as well put that on there, and the windscreen wiper motor's gone on as well today. Now I am still waiting for the cylinder head, and it was promised to be ready this week sometime. So I'm just sort of trying to fill my time doing other little bits and pieces. Of course I want to get that scuttle all painted up and ready for the windscreen with the new rubbers to go on there. So that's enough for me to be getting on with meanwhile. Now I'm trying to get this little air flap off. There's a little bit of rust around there and I wanted to clean that up properly. And of course those of you who know your TR6s will know that this flap is what defines the 150 horsepower model. Now I've undone these little metal clips, that piece of rod there came through there, the same as on this side. There is something else in there which I'm not sure, but I'll get to. But I've noticed that there are some tiny little bolts inside there which you might be able to just see. That's it there, and hopefully then that little flap can come off. I could just ring up my mate Ray, but I always feel so awful, like I'm bothering him, and he's so nice. He always says, no, just call me, but I don't like keep doing it. I save Ray for when my back is really up against the wall. For now I'm going to have a go at this and I'm sure I'll be fine. don't know how I'm going to put those little bolts back, but yeah, as you can see, it's got quite a lot of surface rust on that, so good opportunity to clean it up as well. Right, for certain reasons I couldn't get down the garage today, so I'm back at home, continue with the little bits and pieces that I've got to sort out ready to go on the car. Now, one of the things I've decided to sort out is the windshield frame. Now, I've just stripped it down as far as I want to go, which means taking off the sun visors really, and the bottom piece of rubber here. I still want to take off the top chrome piece here, which I was just about to do now. This is riveted on, so it's just a matter of drilling out the rivet. Well, yeah, there is a little bit of an adhesive behind there, but that's just gone so dry and manky that it doesn't really matter anyway. So I'll put that aside. Basically all I want to do is clean this up, give it an undercoat and a coat of satin black. Now, one of the things I noticed when taking out the windscreen, there's a hell of a lot of this black windscreen sealing stuff on there, which I'm about to clean right off. Now, I wondered, has the windscreen got to have this, considering I'm using brand new rubber on here, both around the windscreen and at the base of the windscreen frame as well. So everything's going to be put on brand new. Do I need to use this stuff? I mean, back in the day when I was a kid and driving around in a like Cortina or Mini, and we had a leak, we would put this stuff in between the windscreen to stop the leaks. But is it necessary? I've been on forums and asked a question, and there are those that say yes, you use this 3M windscreen sealer stuff, and others who will say no, I've just used brand new rubbers and never had a leak since. So just wondered what you guys think, if any of you experts out there have got any experience of this, and what would you suggest? Obviously I would rather not put nothing, because it looks a bit manky with that stuff on there. And I don't know, I would have thought a brand new rubber, complete with a brand new plastic insert, which are the chromish looking plastic insert that goes around the windscreen as well, should be enough to seal the screen. But I think it's going to be about a week from now when I am ready to put the screen back in. So yeah, if any of you have got any ideas, do let me know in the comments below, if I haven't just done it by then anyway. Thinner seems to work really well on this. It breaks it down immediately. Obviously the more you can get off of this stuff to begin with, the better. It's like now I'm seeing some blobs of it, which I didn't notice before. Using thinners to remove like the residue of this black stuff is working really well. It breaks it down really nicely. Truth is, I use thinners for absolutely cleaning everything. It's like my go-to first choice for cleaning stuff. and also ruining stuff. I've got it wrong as well, because it's sort of quite harsh. Look, it's even good as a paint stripper, you see. But yeah, you can see how nice and clean that is. Today's Friday. I didn't go down the garage as there wasn't much I can do. I prepared the scuttle and the front valance for spraying, and I'm not going to get a chance to do that until Saturday now, so I thought I might as well spend the day cleaning up more bits at home. Bits like this alternator, which I've cleaned up and painted that bit black, and probably not quite happy with the aluminium, and I'll end up spraying that silver as well, because that's what I do when I'm bored. Now, when I asked about the cylinder head yesterday, just as he has getting along with that, and apparently he should have been finished, but one of the hardened seat valves out of the set that was sent to him, one of them was a different size to the others, and he couldn't use it, so he's having to get the supplier to send him in another single seat valve, and I should now have that by next week. So meanwhile, I thought, I've had these rockers sitting here at home for ages, been meaning to clean them. It's such a messy job to do. This is one I wasn't looking forward to, so regardless of that, I made a start on them. So here you can see I've been taking them off this shaft and cleaning them up separately. I mean, this was really dirty. This has already gone through one lot of cleaning, and I just kind of weren't happy with it. I wasn't going to take it apart. I thought if I can clean them up on the bar, I'll leave them on there. Being a bit lazy really, but I thought I could get them to clean up, but they're just not having it. So I've decided that I'll disassemble this whole thing. But the good thing is, when I do take them off, then I can put them on my wire wheel tool, which is that, and clean them up nice and carefully as I go along. Now, I have to say, I thought I was going to lose my hand on this stupid thing earlier on. Reason being is I was wearing rubber gloves because I didn't want to get grease into me fingers, because it's like, again, it takes ages to shift. So I'm wearing rubber gloves. The rubber glove got caught in this and literally pulled my hand into it, and for some miraculous reason this bit, which wasn't tightened on the wheel, it wasn't tightened on properly apparently. Anyway, it came off. Otherwise it would have just taken off a load of skin off my hand. So just never wear rubber gloves when you're using anything like this. You would have expected the glove to tear and that was it, but no, it literally pulled my hand into it, and for a minute I was sort of scared to look in case I see bone, but I didn't see bone. Instead I saw a shiny rocker, and look how much nicer this looks in comparison to this lot. So this is going to be really satisfying, cleaning all this up. But then on the downside, this bar here is, I'll clean it up a bit, it's got signs of wear where the rockers go. It's very difficult to show you on camera, but there is wear on here, which isn't a great thing. Not a great thing, it's a terrible thing. So I'm going to have to order a new rocker bar. They're not expensive, it's just like the hassle of waiting for it to come and for me to fit it all on. But apparently it's quite common for these bars to wear, and it might just be considered good practice to replace these things every so often. The rockers themselves are fine, there's no stepping on there or anything like that, so I'll get away with those fine, so I'm happy cleaning those away. So yeah, again, something which I wasn't planning on doing. The further you dig into this car or any classic car, the more you're going to find, and it's how far do you want to go with your restoration, and at what point do you sort of say, I have to let that go. And I've said to myself a few times, oh, I'll let that go, and then I know I can't. you know, wake up with a night sweat and think, I can't let that go. It might be sort of buried somewhere where no, you know, some silly little thing that no one's ever going to see. I know, I'm thinking, but that's not good workmanship though. I've got to do it properly. And I will do it, go back and do everything properly. Yeah, and I will try to cut corners if I can, like me trying to clean this thing without taking it apart. And if it had cleaned up without me taking it apart, I'd have never found out that the bar is worn. Ain't a huge deal, you know, like it's very, very minimal, but I think for about 20 odd quid plus delivery, you know what, why wouldn't I change it at the end of the day? The other thing I've done while I've been at home is I've prepared and painted the windscreen frame. The new others have already arrived. This looks lovely in its satin black. I'm going to smash it in a minute. So all I need to do now is finish off painting the scuttle, which I'm hoping to put paint on the scuttle tomorrow and undercoat on the valance and undercoat in the door shut, because I've still got a door and a back wing to spray, and that completes the respray on the car. And these are the other things I've been getting on with: the rear wing and the door. I just recently bought the rear wing. Good solid rear wing, had a bit of surface rust on it which I took back to metal, and then sort of found the odd little ding in there, so I've skimmed over it and given it a good coat of primer. Hoping to get these painted some point this week, and they'll go on the car, and then finally no more painting. Once I finish painting, of course, it's going to need flattening down and polishing, but that I don't mind. I quite enjoy that. It's almost therapeutic until you've been doing it for about 15 hours, then it's not therapeutic. But anyway, that's going to happen. And then for me, the most fun part, the bit I'm going to enjoy the most, is fitting up the interior, putting in the carpets, putting in the leather seats that I've made, just cleaning everything with a toothbrush and making everything look like it's brand new in there. I'm really looking forward to that bit. And of course I've got a good set of wheels now to go on the car. Those wolf race looking things are going to go. I'm going to put them up for sale. I don't know if any of you guys want them, let me know. They've got to be worth 100 quid, but I'm keeping the tyres. Yes, I still think no one thinks I can do it for Christmas. It's I don't know what the date is today, about the 10th of November, I don't know. I still think I can finish it for Christmas. Why not? I'm working hard. So I'm back at the garage and I've just masked everything off so that I can spray the scuttle panel today, put colour on that, and then come back tomorrow and then drop the window frame in, the windshield frame in, and also the valance down here. I should have done this ages ago, and I just kept on putting it off and putting it off, but it's now finally prepared. So this will get an undercoat, and as well as the door shut for the driver's side door. And again, tomorrow I will put top coat on here and the driver's side door shut, and then apart from the wing and the door that I've got at home, there is no more spraying to do. Right, so that's that bit done. I'll let that dry till tomorrow, and if it's dry enough I'll flatten polish it so I can put the windscreen frame on. The front is undercoated, and so is the door shut over there, which I'll paint again tomorrow. It's now 5 5:05 Saturday night. So I'm thinking I'll go home and tell my wife, don't cook, we'll go out for an Indian or a Turkish or a Portuguese or whatever. Because I want to be a good boy. And I can't find my keys. I'm all alone in this garage, everyone's gone home. And I've been searching for my keys for the last 15 minutes and I can't find them. I'm trapped here. I can't go home, I can't go nowhere until I find my keys. Yeah, I don't know what to do now. Found them. I looked 30 times in that same spot. You know what they say? It's always in the place you last look. Doesn't make no sense. Because I looked there 30 times. Anyway, thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed this episode, and make sure to subscribe for more updates on this TR6 video. Thank you.